Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel Onyeka's Views. So today I'm going to talk about a topic that a lot of people have mixed feelings about, and that is competition. Now, you hear people say things like, I'm not in competition with anybody, I'm only in competition with myself, blah blah blah. Well, that's a good line of thoughts as far as it goes, but there are areas where you should not bring that mindset in. That is if you want to progress or excel in these areas. And that's what I want to talk about today. The places where you have to be competitive, areas where you have to give yourself competitive value. And those three areas I'll talk about today are: one, your education; two, your profession; and three, your business. So I'll start off with education. Now, in your education, when you're schooling, basic education, secondary education, you might not really see the value of competition in that area. But the game changes when it gets to tertiary education, because, for example, in the Nigerian context, getting admission into a university is a very, very competitive process on its own. Now, if you don't have competitive value, you will not get admission. What I mean by competitive value is where they say is JAMB cutoff mark is 180, you have to have more than that 180, because if you just stick to that benchmark of 180, your choice course might have a whole lot of people that scored more than 180, so they might just raise the cutoff mark to 200 or 240. So you have to outperform others as you advance in your education. You have to be competitive if you want to excel. Now, it even gets more interesting if you want to pursue postgraduate studies, especially abroad. You find that your competition is not just within your country, your competition is across the world. Many of these scholarship opportunities, master's openings, and graduate assistantships abroad have people from all over the world competing for the same position. So you have to give yourself a competitive edge. Your competition is not the person next door. Your competition is not necessarily your coursemate or your classmates or people from your country. Your competition might be people from Asia or South America or Europe or anywhere in the world. So how do you navigate this? What you need to do in terms of your education is do not depend on your academic curriculum alone. You have to find out. Sometimes you can just browse the academic curriculum of certain places in the world, and if there are areas where you need to take online courses, mentorship programs, internships, volunteer works to augment your academic curriculum, that will serve as a very good way to give yourself a competitive value or competitive edge. For instance, I studied public administration. In my area of public administration, or should I say in the country where I studied public administration, they are not very keen on data analysis and things like that. They focus on other areas of public administration. Public administration is actually a very broad field of study, you understand? But if you want to study public administration in, say, the US, you have to know how to do data analysis. So if I want to apply to schools in the US now, and I just go there without any knowledge of data analysis, I might succeed in getting admission, but I might not succeed in getting scholarships or funding. So, but what I do is, I might not have the power to change my school curriculum, but I can go to places like Coursera, edX, and take some online courses that will augment on some of these areas of study. In fact, I already do that as a student of public administration. I'm a postgraduate student at the moment. Sometimes I just browse the public administration curriculum of some master's programs across the world, and when I see some courses that are not offered in my own curriculum, I just search for them on Coursera and take free courses on them. This might sound like an overserious student doing her thing here, but we are just talking about competition. In competition, you have to do something extra to stand out. So that's just the message there. You have to be competitive and give yourself competitive value in your education. Now, the next one is in your career. which is still closely linked to your education. In your career, you don't have to limit yourself to just what you studied in school, to your certificate. You have to look for highly sought after skills in that particular industry you are hoping to get into. You have to look for things that will make your resume or your CV stand out, your profile, your professional profile stand out. If it's to take online trainings, if it's to do some internships, sometimes you have to even do some free services for people just to gather experience in order to stand out. So if you just close yourself or isolate yourself and say I'm not in competition with anyone, you might lose out on a whole lot of opportunities when it comes to your profession or your career. So please do not have that mindset in your career or in your job or in your professional prospects. You are in competition with every other person looking for the same job opportunities as you are. Now we get down to business. For business, there are a lot of people that will tell you, I don't want to go to school. That one is competition is for job hunters, and I don't want to go to I don't want to go to school. I don't want to search for jobs. I just want to own my own business and run my things. This is where the competition gets very, 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 very necessary, in fact. Because as a business owner, there are many things you're offering that is already on the market. It's very difficult for you to come up with a product or an idea that is not already in existence. Now, if you bring up an idea that is not in existence that only you can run, fine and good, kudos. But if you're going to be doing something that someone else is already doing, then you have to compete with those people that are doing those things already. Now, how do you give yourself competitive edge in your business? Is to find out what other people are doing and then use those information to make your decisions. Being competitive in business does not mean you have to do things uniformly or do the exact things your competitors are doing. No. The thing there is you just have to know what your competitors are doing and then know the things they are doing right and the things they are not doing right, and then know how to blend this thing into your own business and use it to beat them in terms of getting customers and in fact general competition. The whole idea of competition is to outperform the other person. So in your business, if you isolate your business and say I'm not in competition with anybody, well, good luck with that. But if you really want your business to grow, to boom, you have to be competitive. Let me give you an instance. If you're a vendor and you're selling something at 5,000 naira and the person next door is selling the exact same thing with the exact same quality at 1,000 naira, you are not going to make turnover. The only time you might be able to sell is when some people just pity you and like, let me just patronize this person, she's my friend or she's my sister. Or in cases where every other person has run short of that thing, every other person selling that thing in that vicinity does not have it, and I'll be like, oh, this person sells this thing, right? Let's go and get it from her. But the truth is that if you continuously sell something of 1,000 naira at 5,000 naira, the same quality, the same product that others are selling 1,000 and you're selling yours 5,000 at 5,000 naira, you will not get repeat purchases. When you start your business and tell people patronize your girl, patronize her brand, I'm a new business, they might just come the first time to patronize you out of sentiment, but they might not make repeat purchases if they know that they can get this thing cheaper elsewhere. So how do you do this thing? Economics makes more sense in business. It works in business more than sentiment. So you have to retain your customers, you have to keep your turnover going. So if, let's say, you're actually not making a whole lot of unreasonable profit at that 5,000 naira, but you now see that these people are selling it, so you have to wonder, why are these people selling at 1,000 naira and I'm selling at 5,000 and they're still making profit? So you might have to go and make inquiries. Probably your suppliers are not giving you at a good price, or probably these people buy in bulk and you don't. But the reasonable thing to do is to make inquiries and know why those people are selling at that price. So you now know whether, okay, I know if these people are doing legit business and it's because they are using better suppliers, you might want to change your suppliers. But if it's a case of, okay, let's say these people are getting this product illegally or something like that, okay, you still know that, okay, I'm doing the right thing and I'll maintain my price. But the long and short of it is, know what your competitors are doing, know what is obtainable out there as you make your own decision to help you in your business. So I think I should just summarize it here. And of course, it's good to know that it's important to know that while you are being competitive, you should still maintain your personality, keep it real, maintain your peace of mind. That's why I said having that mindset of I'm not in competition with anyone is not a bad mindset, especially in your social life and in your personal life. I'm just telling you where competition is important, and in my opinion, it's in these three key areas: your job, your education, and your business. So that's it for now. But please try and continue viewing my YouTube channel. Thank you if you're coming back here, and if you're here for the first time, I'm happy to welcome you to Onyeka's Views. Please keep checking this channel for more content, and bye.